Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Know Before You Owe. I'm here with Liz Kroft of Aviso Studios, and today we're going to talk about building your brand. Thank you, Liz, for being with us.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So we're going to make it short and sweet on this podcast today. If I'm starting a business in any industry, can you give me some of the secret sauce ingredients I need to develop my brand and accelerate my goals as a leader in whatever industry or product or service I'm looking to grow into?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I work with a lot of service-based businesses, small local businesses, and, the one thing that I always say is, you need to be consistent and cohesive. Your brand and your business is more than a logo. It's every touch point where people find you. So, you have to start with that foundation, your logo, your colors, your tone and voice, how you communicate, and build from there. I have a lot of people who say, all right, I've got this business. Now I want to pay for ads and SEO, but where are you driving them to?
Good points. Fun fact for you, I don't know if you know about this or not. The Microsoft font used in everything Microsoft is Aptos, which is Aptos, California, where I happen to live. So it's pretty cool that the font that Microsoft uses is actually a town. So it's a really unique fact about, and there's probably a story behind that. There's probably a reason they call it Aptos, all those things. It's pretty cool. So there's always a story and a bigger idea behind an image, like, for example, the Apple symbol or Nike or whatever, or Dolby. There's always a bigger story behind the image, and it's really cool to see how much goes into that. People just think they can create something on Canva in 2 seconds, when in fact, that doesn't make them stand out. It just makes them be bland like everybody else, and they will actually lower their standards of their business if they aren't being unique and different, like you mentioned in an earlier podcast, right?
Yeah. And Jim, you have a good point here where you say story. Right now, everybody is looking to storytelling and humanizing the brand experience. They want things that are more authentic and real and have personality, instead of, like you said, the Canva logos and everything looking generic and nobody knows, who the person is and what the experience is going to be like working with that business. So, don't be afraid of being yourself and being a little weird and, being completely different than others in your industry and your competition.
So to get started, how do you have me fill out a form to learn more about my brand? Do you do a video consult? Like, what goes into the first couple steps to see if we're a good fit to work together?
Yeah, so we'll hop on a discovery call, just like you and I are doing right now. Super casual, informal. I just want to know about, the meat of your business, why you started it, where you're at, who your target customers are, where you want to see yourself going, all those things. And that helps me kind of build a framework to work from. It might be that we need to tweak your website, and that's the starting point. It might be, your logo is huge and poorly formatted and really confusing to people. So we'll come up with a game plan and then kind of build out from there.
Very cool. Could you share your website with us so people can see the quality and high caliber brands you've brought to life?
Sure. Yeah. Let me show you my portfolio page here. There we go. So yeah, this is, the portfolio page I have on my website, avisostudios.com. And I work with small local businesses across pretty much every industry, design build firms, children's boutiques, women's swimwear, therapy podcasts, restaurants, you name it.
I dig it. Feral Atlas. Whoa, that's a
Wow, fun one. Yeah, outdoor outfitters. Those guys are great.
that's cool. So that's pretty fun because your day completely can change by your client needs or your focus or whatever. That's really cool that you at any point in time are always looking through the lens of brand. So I'd imagine as you walk around a downtown with all these storefronts, you're like, sucks, great, awesome, not shopping there. Bad, bad reputation.
Having that diverse client base also really helps the folks that I work with, right? I'm not just stuck in this one niche doing the same thing with the same customers. I'm seeing how the world interacts with all these different businesses and able to pull, from what's working here, maybe let's try it with this business. And it really helps, you stand out when you're, like I said earlier, I think you zig when others are zagging.
Yeah, totally. Well, that's awesome. Well, I'm excited to see your portfolio grow. I may have to be hiring you for some stuff on my own, but we'll see whatever creative companies I come up with in the next couple hours. I'm super stoked. I'm super proud of you, how you've taken your own personal brand and now become your own agency where you're able to help companies, people of all caliber sizes. If they're brand new, starting a new company, you're there to support them. And that's a big thing, to give confidence to someone that, hey, this brand represents who I stand for. I stand proud behind this image or these colors or this message. It's me. And that's a big responsibility. And I don't think people understand how big that is. So I appreciate you. I appreciate all you do to make a difference for people and give them that one little extra edge, maybe to get a client to work with them or make them feel confident that they can go out and do something. So I appreciate you.
Well, and I think one of my favorite things, just, final thought is, having these entrepreneurs and business owners or folks who've just started something and helping them, bring it to life. The branding, the website, the social media, when you start seeing something that the world can interact with, it becomes real and it helps business owners and entrepreneurs, really see it through a different lens. And that's the like goosebump kind of moment that I get that I just love.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate being on. That's another edition of Know Before You Owe. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll make sure that you get some Aviso Studio contact information on our podcast to reach out to Liz with anything you need help with in your brand, in your message, in your voice. And I appreciate you being on, Liz, and have a great week, and we'll see you soon.